everyone. This is Courtney,
And Morgan.
and we are with Little Black Homes on the Prairie. So glad that you guys decided to join us again. And we have a good topic today, don't we?
Yeah, definitely. Can't wait to dive into it.
All right. So today we're going to talk about self discipline, and then we're going to ease on into mom friends. So let's get started. When you suggested this topic of self discipline, I was a little nervous because I think this is one of those areas where I don't understand. I don't know if it can be all or nothing. You know how
Mm,
you can be like working out, eating, sleeping, making time for yourself.
yeah.
This one makes me nervous. So I'm gonna let you kick it off. Self discipline. What are your thoughts?
So the reason I pitched this idea was not because I have mastered self-discipline, but because I read this thing or quote like on Instagram, I'm sure I saw it, and it was just like, sis, you out here trying to lose weight, get organized, advance in your career, go back to school, stay home with your kids, but also have a full time job. Like you're trying to do too much and you're mad that nothing is
Mm,
working.
mm,
And I mean, it was meant to be like funny, but also it was truth because I think sometimes I think self discipline means every single area of life is just firing on
yeah,
all cylinders. And I am like, oh, we are just living life out here. Like we're going on vacation, we're saving. Like sometimes two things can't coexist,
that's so true. They
but
just
we
can't.
they just can't. And I mean, just like how when you're like super tired and it's like, well, I can no longer be productive. Like I can either rest or I can be productive. I can't do both. And so I realized that I was thinking that self discipline meant that every single aspect of my life was like hitting it when really self discipline is choosing a few things to be good at and letting the rest go because that's harder
Yeah,
to do to
yeah.
narrow down like okay I'm really going to go to the gym every day or I'm really going to eat healthy for 30 days or whatever it is. Like that takes more self-discipline than thinking you can advance in every area of life.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I was thinking that, self discipline is just like a starting point, and then just from here on out, you're just continuing to do it, like to
Yeah.
form maybe that habit. Because I know I sometimes will be like, oh, because I've been self disciplined in this area, now I deserve X, Y, and Z, like
Mhm.
fill in the blank. Because I have not yelled at my kids all day, at the end of the day, I'm going to eat 8 Rice Krispie treats. But then, may or
Wow.
may not be true. May or may not be true. I said fill in the blank. That's just what pops in my head.
It happens. Lost
Those
meetings.
those little ones. Easter candy still trying to get rid of it. But I'm like, but that's like counteractive. Like, if I'm self disciplined, then I'm not going to reward myself with something that is going to derail me. And not to say I
Yeah.
can't enjoy myself, but I think I'm not. That's not self discipline. Like,
Right. It's not. Because you got to think of like the long game when it comes to self discipline.
ooh, long game. Was it sports terms?
I most of this is Instagram. Hardly any of this
Okay.
is me. But
It's okay. It
the
sounds
more
good.
you say it, then it gets inside of you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so when you think of self discipline, if you think of a disciplined person, like you said, they have been practicing this lifestyle for years. Like if you um, are around someone who's very well disciplined in listening,
Hmm.
then they probably made a conscious decision to be a better listener, to stop
Right.
talking over people or to stop thinking of their response when they're having a conversation and to actually listen to someone. Like they probably worked at being a good listener um, for a long time before that became just like a habit.
Yeah. And that person wouldn't say, well, I've been listening so good for so long that now I'm just going to interrupt everyone in the middle of their sentence because that wouldn't make
That's
sense.
that's true.
So that's, yeah.
Mm,
So I have a skew, maybe that's sort of what it is, definition of self discipline, is what it sounds like to me.
right, and it sounds like we both do because like mine was that every aspect of life should just be fabulous. Yours is more of a,
It's,
it's self-serving perhaps.
that does pretty much describe a lot of things in my life. Self serving.
And so I think really getting to the root of what discipline is,
Hmm.
um, you know, I was listening to an Adventures in Odyssey episode, and if you all don't know what Adventures in Odyssey is,
Putting in a plug right now. Put the plug in.
just try it out. It's not just for kids. It's marketed for 8 to 12-year-olds.
And if it's some of the new ones, some of them, they're a little fickle, okay? You need to
Yeah.
go with the old school, hit the 90s. Go to your local, okay, let's back it up. Go to your local library, step one. Okay, I know we're already losing many a person when we talk about the library.
I went to
Get
the
a
library
library,
today.
get a library card. Go to the library. Then you're gonna get some CDs. Okay, I know it's getting crazy. And you're gonna be getting Adventures in Odyssey CDs. Just put them in the CD player. You have one somewhere in your car. Put it in. Listen to it. Life lessons. Life
And
lessons.
I mean, if anyone from Focus on the Family is watching this,
Go ahead and give us the just give it discount. Send it
the
to us lifetime
Adventures in
supply.
Odyssey, what is
The
it called? The
gold, the gold.
Clubhouse?
Yeah. Send us the
Just go
magazine.
ahead and
Go ahead.
give us access, and we will promote it
Heavily,
endlessly.
endlessly, eternally. This will live on YouTube forever. People
Yep.
can continue to watch it. So thank you, folks on the family, for considering us to be your ambassadors. Yes, we accept.
If you're still watching this video at this point, then thank you for that. But
Appreciate
also
it.
comment below if you know what Adventures in Odyssey is. We
We just want to know who you are. Don't lie. Don't act like you don't know what it is. And don't act like you're too good to listen to it. Just listen to it. You'll thank us.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it's great. But I was listening to Adventures in Odyssey, and they were talking about how when you are disciplined, you make sacrifices
Ooh.
because you are focused on a result, which
Mm-hmm.
means that you have to sometimes deny yourself, um, the pleasure of doing things that you really enjoy. So the little boy wanted to be in a talent show, but he didn't want to sit down and rehearse. So when he was in the talent show, he was a hot mess. Like it was a horrible performance or the audition. And his parents were telling him, you're not disciplined. You don't practice.
Right.
And he thought that it was unfair he didn't get into the talent show, and you know he deserved this spot. He felt entitled, and I just thought, I do that so often in my life where I
Yeah.
blame other things or people, my husband, like
Yeah.
whatever. And really, the fault is I wasn't disciplined enough to put into, my life
Right.
what I should so that I can have a better end result.
Exactly. Yeah, I like that. Discipline does require sacrifice. I mean, I've been trying to get up at 4:45 a.m. for months, and I have to in order to get to the gym and get home before the kids get up, because I cannot go to the gym in the evening. It's not possible. It's a pipe dream. It's a pipe
Yeah.
dream.
Yeah.
So, I have been trying to get up early, and very difficult. But I just remember what Dad says, and he's like, "You think I want to get up and go to the gym on any morning? No, no, I don't." And so I think reminding myself that discipline does not mean enjoyment. Self discipline does not mean that I'm going to appreciate it in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like that's like it doesn't mean I'm ever gonna enjoy it. It's not like, oh, I don't like this now, but in 6 months I really like this. Like,
Right.
no, I
Oh
may
wow. Yeah,
never
that's
ever
true.
in life like this. Like this might be the worst forever. And
That's
I just
true.
have to commit to that. Which is hard, which is why I'm not waking up at 4:45. So
Oh, I would never even.
entertain the thought.
No, no.
It's good.
And oftentimes when I have had to be very strict about something,
Hmm.
when I am over it, like you said, when I reach the point where I'm like, well, this I'm not enjoying this, I jump ship like real
Hmm.
quick.
Oh,
So
absolutely. Absolutely.
if you're out there and you're thinking of all the projects you've started, the businesses,
Oh
the
man.
jobs, if you're at EJ Speaks and you just be leaving jobs, we get it.
We get it. I have a notebook full of hidden dreams and buried desires and list of things I'm gonna do never. But it's there. It's
Oh,
absolutely there. What are you gonna do, man? There's only so much time in the day, you know?
exactly. And you can't waste your energy getting down on yourself about those
Yeah.
things. It's kind of like you said. I mean, yeah, you're not getting up at 4:45, but make the most out of the day when you do get up.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah.
um, I think that's one of the big things is like just pick a couple things and try and be good at those.
And be realistic about those. And what is it going to look like for you? Are you going to enjoy it? Is it going to be something that from the onset you know, like this is not for enjoyment, this is for whatever? Like maybe it's for health, or maybe it's so you get better sleep, or maybe it's so that you can earn the money to go on that vacation. Like whatever it is, be honest with yourself about why am I doing this?
Hmm.
And let me not think I'm about to have some magical experience. If that's, maybe you are, but maybe you're not. And so there's
Maybe
no
you're
point in
not.
lying to ourselves. Because that's self discipline too, being honest
Yeah.
and not being in a spot where we always pretend like things are not as they actually are. So, okay. Well, with
Well, I
that,
feel like we solved that one.
we did. We're going to make a hard turn and we're going to go right into mom friends. This is an area where I feel like I have about zero input. Not because I don't have friends. I want to be very clear about this. To just, I'm just so picky and just so silly when it comes to this. And it's hard to balance friends at all when you have a spouse and you have kids and maybe you have a job or things you like to do or a dog or like you have all these other things. And so
Yeah.
remember when you're single and it's like, oh, we're gonna go hang out. Like, back in high school, like we're just gonna go chill
Hmm.
and literally do nothing for hours. For
Nothing.
hours. It's gonna sit, we're gonna drive, just drive around,
Yep.
just sit on somebody's bed and talk about nothing.
Yep.
But as you start adding more people to your life, and you're like, wait, friendship, where does that fit in? From like 9 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. Like when do I do when do I have friends? I don't see that in my day.
No.
It,
In the
it just
month,
doesn't fit.
don't see it.
No, like it was something on Instagram that one of our friends sent us. And this is another thing, it works out that we're sisters, so we have some dual friends. Just
But we have a lot of shared
we
friends.
do. It just kind of works out because really, it takes a lot of time to forge a friendship with someone.
Yeah, it does.
And so if Morgan's already vetted them, I'm just going to come on alongside. You're good
Vice
enough for
versa.
her. You're good
Vice
enough for
versa.
me.
We really do enjoy our friends.
Yes, no, we do. That we do. I'm just saying that I'm not. Adding to the roster is not. Is
It's
I don't know
hard.
how it happens.
I it's really hard, and I think that sometimes you want friends for the like deep friends, but then you meet
Hmm.
someone who maybe they're just looking for hangout friends,
Right.
and it just gets tricky. It's hard, and it just. sometimes you just have to be upfront. I remember one time we were getting together with some people that we didn't know quite yet, and one of the
Hmm.
moms just laid out a whole bunch of stuff like what she did, what she didn't do, what she liked, what she didn't like, because it was like, just let me know now. Like, are we actually gonna be friends? Are we not?
That's
And I
hard to
really
do.
appreciated that though.
That's really hard to do, though.
It is.
To just be like, this is a poster about me, and walk away now.
Yeah. But
But
it almost has
definitely
to be
saving
done.
time. Yeah, you're definitely saving yourself heartache. And the awkward text, you're saving yourself so much. The play dates you don't want to be at,
Yeah.
the birthday parties you wish you had never been invited to. Like, I okay, so we went to a birthday party this weekend and had like so much fun, had a good time. And I was thinking, dang, like this is what I miss out on when I say no to stuff. Because so often I'm just like, no, 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 we're not going to be there. No, I can't make it. I can't be a part of it. So when we said yes, like I had a good time, my husband had a good time, the kids had a blast. And I was thinking, okay, this is like what friendship can look like with mom friends. Because once again, I feel like a lot of our friendships are formed around like activities, like
Mhm.
a play date, or if your kids are in sports, like you become friends with like, like the other moms on the team. Like a lot of times our friendships are more I don't want to say forced, but they're
Well,
like
it's like
made
out of convenience.
out of convenience. Exactly. It's not like, oh, I think this person's a cool person, let me hang out. You gotta be like, dang, are the kids compatible? Like,
Right.
what kind of foods do they eat? Like so many things that you're like, if it was just me and you, we could probably be friends, but it's
Right.
me and all these other people, so we gotta all be friends.
Oh, so true. So true.
It
So I don't
is.
know. I mean, I don't know the best way to go about making friends or meeting friends. I think the best or the thing that's worked for me has just been, you know, being nice and upfront with people
Mm,
and just hanging out and seeing how it goes.
yeah, but I don't know how to like hang out and then be like, oh, let me hang on back. Like this ain't gonna work. Like once you've already got like exchanged numbers, you put like a play date, and then you're like, no, absolutely not. Like, how do you, like, oh,
I think you just don't reach back out.
that's, that's good. That's fine. Yeah,
You
that's,
know, and if they reach out, then maybe you could say, I don't know what you'd say to that. Yeah, yeah, no, that's going in the wrong direction. Everyone
so
just scratch that advice and don't listen to anything I'm saying.
I think you just
I don't
just
know.
pretend like you don't know what happened and just disappear. That's what I do. That's the power of cell
Yeah,
phones. That's the power of
yeah.
the life we
Does
live
anybody
now.
else just poof disappear? I know you guys do. I know you do.
I
I
poof.
mean, with coworkers, with
Oh,
you just do it with neighbors. I
oh,
think
with
that's
neighbors for sure.
the
My
world we live
kids
in.
are like, look at the neighbors, like they're out playing. I'm like, poof, poof. We are poofing out of this situation right now. But at the same time, that's the area where I need to grow because I'm like, I don't want my hermit crabness to rub off on my kids and then them
Yeah,
not want to be outgoing and, friendly with people.
that's true. That's true. And really, you never know. Sometimes I prejudge a situation,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know someone until you spend time with them. You talk to
That's
them, like
true.
you said, you see how the kids interact, and there's like a group. I don't think. See, here I go prejudging. I don't think I'm gonna join it, but they're doing things that I'm interested in,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, man, like what I wish I could join it without meeting anyone. Like I could just like join, like go. And now
I'm just auditing this group. Pretend like I'm not here. I'm not doing it for credit. Just go about your
yes, and
business.
if I return, like let's do introductions.
And I will let you know
Yes,
if we're gonna move forward.
Yes,
with this relationship. I get it.
because the group looks really like, I'm sure they're all really great, but you just
Hmm.
meeting
Oh,
new
I
people
know.
is hard.
It is hard. Yeah. And I think that a lot of us want to have a good friend base. And I think sometimes, you can have like not a tag along, but like an add on, right? So like you have a friend, but then they bring somebody with them, which is all good, like we're all having a good time. But then you're like, oh, well, I don't know, like how many, I don't know about this add on situation. Like
Mhm.
maybe they're bringing something to the situation that is a little bit uncomfortable.
Mhm.
And so like I've been in that situation before where like anytime my friends say, "Oh, can I bring somebody with me?" I'm gonna say yes. I'm not gonna be like, "No, don't bring anybody else to the zoo with you. Don't bring anyone else to the
Right.
park." Like,
Yeah.
of course you're
Yeah.
there. But then sometimes I'm like,
Yeah.
no, they can't. They can't. We can't all be together anymore because no, absolutely not. And I have to talk to my kids about that too when they're like, I could be friends with the mom, but then there are kids, and my kids, not the best situation. And so I've talked to my kids about like, yeah, it might be difficult. I'm not going to put you in a difficult situation all the time, but every once in a while, you do have to be around people who rub you the wrong way. Like it might be a little bit challenging, but like mommy needs to have people she enjoys to be around too, and I can't. I'm not gonna drop you off at the babysitter so I can go like hang out with my friend
Yeah.
like in the middle of the day when we both have kids. Like it only makes sense that we bring the kids and do whatever it is together.
Yeah. And that's just life. When you have a job, when you're out and about, you're going to interact with people that you don't always mesh with, or they, rub you the wrong way, or you rub them the wrong way.
Right.
And being able to communicate and navigate that is a life skill that I think a lot of people are missing, hence me saying just poof, be gone on people. So it's
Yeah.
just, it's important.
And the person you are before you have kids, in
Mm.
my instance, is not the person I was after I had kids. So the
Yeah.
friends I had before I had kids, like we were legit friends, right? But then after kids, like if they don't also have kids, or if they have kids and they change too, and you're like, oh dang, like our values don't match up anymore, like our lifestyles don't match up, even though before we were good friends. What do we do now? Like that's really hard
Yeah.
when you know you guys had substance
Yeah. That's true.
and like I'm not as fun as I was before I had kids. Like I was fun. I had a good time.
You are.
Now it's not happening. Like no, we
Yeah.
gotta go to bed at 8 o'clock. Like we're done. We're in the house. I
You're
don't know
just
what's
like
happening.
worn out, you're tired at the end of the
Yeah,
day. And I
yeah,
think another thing, kind of building off of what you just said, is when maybe you have friends before the rest of your friend, or you have kids before the rest of your
yeah,
friends, or after, and then like maybe you do have a friend who has kids now, and you're like, oh, let's meet up, but it doesn't click,
yeah.
or you are really excited about meeting up with them and that's not reciprocated.
Right.
I think that has happened a few times to me where I'm like, oh, I bet now so and so and I will reconnect, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't happen because people
Right.
have changed and you've changed. And so I think that is hard. I mean, I've never moved as an adult with kids, but I would think that would be just another added layer as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Like my one of my best friends, she moved here from like across the country, and she had to establish everything. Like she didn't move to where her family was. She didn't know anybody, and so she had to establish friend base, and then like friends who are pretty much like family. Because you need that when you don't have any family around.
Mhm.
And so she does a really good job of like vetting people and putting people around her who do believe the same things and do support her and she can rely on. So yeah, I mean, I think you have to be very, I hate this word, intentional about making friends as an adult that I can't have like fluff friends. Like if you my friend, like I need you to be there for me. And I'm gonna do the same for you.
Right, right.
But I don't have any like buddies like at this point in my life. Like no. I'm gonna need you to be my friend for real.
Yeah, I mean, Jackie Hill Perry was talking about that earlier this week. She put on Instagram and Twitter that, she does not, she has like 4 kids. She was like, I don't have time for acquaintances
Right.
or, like
Right.
you're busy. You're busy.
Yeah, I agree. And I think if you are someone who does have several kids and you do have time on your hands, like that's okay. Like if you're thinking, well, I spend time with friends and I have a lot of time, like I think that's fine. I just think that everyone has a different value system, and some people are just like, I don't have the time to commit to a lot of friendships. Like it's not that I don't want to, I just can't be the type of friend I want to be to a lot of people. So I just got to keep it to 2 people or whatever it
Mhm.
might be. And
Yeah,
I think that that's okay.
I do too. I think if you have a ton of friends and you're really good at like entertaining and hosting, or if you just have a couple, like either way, just be a good friend to the friends that you have,
Mm.
and that's the best thing that we can all do.
Okay, well, I think we have solved the mom friends problem. So,
Yes.
put your comments below. Let us know what you think. Mom friends. I know we have some dads for listening. So, dad
Dad
friends.
friends. And
I
I
don't
don't
know
know if
how that
anyone
works.
uses like Facebook groups to meet people or
Hmm.
the Peanut app to meet people, or, like
Hmm.
how share maybe below how you have made mom friends in the past,
Hmm.
because that might help somebody else out.
Absolutely. Yes. All right. Check. So, as we wrap up today's conversation, we are going to talk about 2 things. We're trying to come up with a catchy name. So, if you have a name and you want to share it with us, we're talking about things we like and things we don't like, but we want it to be better than that, like. So, if you have something, drop it below. So, something that you like, things that you want to keep around. Like, do you have anything?
Um, Sorry, I thought you were still practicing a name. So,
I was going to, but because you were so negative about it before we got on air, I had to switch up.
oh, okay, that makes sense.
Hmm.
So this week, something that I really enjoyed was I planted. Okay, I've been spending more time in the backyard because my kids love to be outside all day long, and I planted some flower seeds this week. Um, and I have just enjoyed going out and just like working in the yard, turning on a podcast or not, just like hearing the birds chirping, hearing the kids playing, and just
Hmm.
working in the yard. It's been very relaxing. Um, and I'm going to keep that around all summer. Well, until it gets really hot.
Okay, I like that. For me, like I said, we went to that birthday party this weekend, and they had like some '90s jams going. Like they had the like a speaker in the garage just blasting up to the driveway, and I was like, "Oh, I'm really enjoying myself." Like I was sitting there and just like tapping my foot, and I just don't normally listen to '90s R&B, and so it was amazing. It was like '90s and 2000s, but it was like
Yeah.
so good. Like I just like to put everybody in a good mood. Just like yes, thinking like middle school, high school.
Right, right. All the throw. That's nice.
It was. We had such a good time. So that's what I want to. Yeah, just throwback music. Just have it going every once in a while.
Yeah.
Something that you want to let go. Something that's gotta be done.
This weather, it's got to be
Oh
done.
man,
If it rains one more day, I mean, it's
that's
raining
it.
right now.
That's
Like
it. That's it.
the weather's got to go. It's got to
Mm,
change.
it's got to. That's mine. Absolutely. Like this nose, the amount, the allergy situation, it's
Yeah,
unreal.
my
The
kids are
weather.
miserable.
Oh, it's got to get on one accord. The weather's out of control. So yeah, that. Come on, May. Like let's pull it together. April was
Yeah,
ridiculous. May needs to bring it around.
yeah.
All right. Well, as we finish up, we are going to mention or shout out our fictitious sponsor. If someone would like to be our real sponsor, you may let us know. You may email us. But until then, we're keeping it with the fictitious sponsors. Tonight's sponsor is Morgan's Endless Bag of Sweet Plantain Chips. Now, she bought these plantain chips from a real grocery store, but we cannot mention them since they're not our sponsor. But this bag I gave to her 10 days ago, maybe 11 days ago. She
Yeah.
claims she's been eating out of it every day, yet the bag is not empty. This is not a family sized bag. This is
It's a miracle.
it's a small bag. It's a small bag. Yet I saw her eating crumbs out of it. Not crumbs, out of
Whole
chips out of it.
chips.
So, endless bag of sweet plantain chips. We thank you. Continue to be endless from
Yes,
here on
it
out.
has been keeping me alive.
All right. Well, thank goodness because spring is trying to kill us. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Yes, thank
Bye.
you.